Why do I feel like Ingrid Nilsson in her coming out video? I have too much just general knowledge of YouTube. It's kind of sad. Although I'd be very good in a YouTube pub quiz. So if you ever need me on your team, like, just let me know. Hi everyone. You may have watched my first video in this series type thing that I'm gonna do. I'll link it up here. It's called The First Month of Eating Disorder Recovery, and I uploaded it this time last month. And I got a little influx of subscribers from that, and I think people generally really liked it, which I was glad, because I was worried that it would come across as really like self-indulgent or attention-seeking or something, but I'm glad that people kind of liked what I was doing and understood what what's going on, and understood what I was trying to do with that video. So this is obviously the second part in that series. I don't know how many is going to be, maybe 12. I'll do one every month for a year, I don't know. But I must say, I feel like I'm slightly misleading you with the introduction of this video, because I'm filming this introduction at the beginning of February and I'm feeling relatively positive and happy, and I was not feeling like that throughout the rest of January. So the clips that you're about to see, there are, I think, only 2, maybe there's 3, and they're quite like gloomy. I'ma just keep it 100, keep it real. They're a bit gloomy, whereas last month I do feel like there were gloomy moments, and there were moments where I talked about serious stuff, but you could also see how positive I felt about recovery. And I don't know if I really felt that, well, I didn't feel that way during this month that you're about to see. I don't know if that's a combination of it was January while I was filming, and just the January blues, a combination of that with the fact I came off my antidepressants when I shouldn't have. I know it's my own fault, I've got no one to blame but myself. I'm going back on them soon though, so don't worry. Then obviously you've got the contributing factor of it just being hard to recover from an eating disorder. It's just hard, and some months, some weeks, some days are going to be a lot harder than others. So just a little preface, like that's what you're going to be seeing in this video, but I hope you still get something from it and you come back to watch next month's as well. Let's take it away with the first clip of my second month of eating disorder recovery. It is January and I have greasy hair. I thought I would switch the camera on even though I look disgusting, because I just made myself a coffee and I had some thoughts and I just thought I would share them, because isn't that what this whole video is? Okay, getting on with it. I use vanilla soy milk in my coffee, and I have done for years. Don't ask me why, but it's something that has always sort of been a problem with my eating disorder. Vanilla soy milk, it makes me panicky. I don't know why. I actually thought I kicked that fairly recently. I was having, every time I was having coffee, I was having vanilla soy milk. Every time I made coffee at home, that is. And I was like, you know what, I've got this down. I'm not panicky or worried about it anymore. And I just made myself a coffee and obviously put vanilla soy milk in it. And I don't know how I feel. I do know how I feel. I don't want to drink it. Just interesting how you can be okay with something for so long and then all of a sudden it crops up again. I think I know why it's cropped up, to be honest. It's because since the last time I spoke to you, my last video in the last sort of section of it, since then I have put on a bit of weight, and I'm not going to talk about how much or whatever, because that's not the point, and I know that that is triggering for some people, so I'm not going to talk about specific numbers, but I've put on some weight, and I know that that's normal. I know that people fluctuate, I know that bodies fluctuate, you don't ever stay the exact same like forever, but I think that is why this has become a big deal, drinking this coffee. Hello, hi, great to see you. So I've been sat at my desk trying to do some work, and I just couldn't, I couldn't concentrate on it because I've had thoughts going on in my head, so I thought I'd switch the camera on and tell you what's happening. This is the first day since I decided to recover. That has been like really hard, like this hard, like making me cry hard. I had some tough days in December, but not like this. And I know exactly why, because I
put on some weight over New Year's, actually, not even over Christmas. I guess in a way it's my own fault for weighing myself. Like I know the possible outcomes of weighing myself. I know that it drastically changes my mood, or it can drastically change my mood. It has a massive effect on me, and I do it daily. That is not something in recovery that I've challenged yet. I don't feel ready to make a change there yet. But so I guess it is partly my own fault, because I am weighing myself every day. It's made me feel like this is the exact reason that I didn't want to start recovery, because I was worried about this happening. I was worried about when I start eating balanced diet and I start trying to force myself to relax a little bit when it comes to food and eating. I knew this would happen. I knew that I would put on weight, and that's what I was scared of. And it's not even like that much. If I'm not going to go into the exact numbers or measurements of things, I try to not do that in my videos, because I know that hearing exact numbers can be very triggering. It's something that triggers me when I hear other people talk about it. So I'm just going to talk about it in a bit of like a vague sense. It's not even like that much weight. Like, I do know in the grand scheme of things it's not that much. It can't be that much, because you can't put on that much weight over a few days or a week or something. But it's upsetting because I mean, the obvious thing is I don't want to be fat. And sometimes I think that I'm fat, and then sometimes I'm scared of becoming fat. And so those are the obvious things, right? I'm trying to articulate why I'm so upset about it. I do know that eating disorders a lot of the time are about a sense of control, and I know that. I went through therapy and we discussed that. But it's weird because I don't consciously feel that about me and my situation. So when I weighed myself today, I didn't consciously think, oh God, I'm out of control. I've had no thoughts like that, but I know that internally somewhere in my brain, that must be what it is, right? The idea that I can't control this thing, and by me attempting to do something positive, which is recovery, by me doing that, it leads to weight gain, which is out of my control, essentially, kind of. This probably isn't making sense, but I hope it is. And it's ridiculous, you know, because I know that it's so psychological, like the amount of weight I've put on. I know that you wouldn't be able to tell. Like, you could look at a picture of me from like a week ago, whatever, since before I put on this weight, and now, and I would probably look exactly the same. But for some reason, even though I know that, I feel so much bigger. It's like as soon as I stepped on the scales and saw how much I weighed, it's like just knowing that made me feel bigger. It made me feel fatter than I did like 5 minutes ago before I got on the scales. And I know that that's a psychological thing, but it doesn't make it any less upsetting. And it also doesn't mean that I know exactly how to handle it. Like, what do? It's 1:30 in the afternoon. I've had like one meal. I had some Alpro vanilla yogurt and granola. I've had that today. I'm gonna have to eat at some point again today. I know I'm gonna have to eat, but everything in me is telling me that I shouldn't. I was telling someone about this the other day, and they were like, what are you talking about? That is crazy. And I was like, I know. I was telling them how sometimes when I am feeling worried about my weight, I will get almost a tingly sensation. And tingly isn't the right word, but it's just because I've not got a better word to use. I will feel a tingly sensation in parts of my body that have the most fat on them. So the lower part of my stomach and the under bits of my arms here. I don't really get it in my legs, but on my arms and stomach, I'll feel a kind of almost tingly sensation all day. It's just like I'm aware of it the whole time. It's like I'm aware of these pockets of fat on my body. Please tell me if you've experienced this, and if you have experienced this, tell me what word you would describe it as, because it's not tingly, that's not the right way to say it, but it's just I'm so aware there's definitely a sensation in these parts of my body, which again is totally psychological. Like, it's crazy how I really do feel like 10 times bigger than I did this morning before I weighed myself. Like, how can that happen? How does that happen? I wish I could leave this little section on more of a positive note, but I don't really have anything positive to say. I'm sure there's going to be more days like this in the future, but I'm also sure that there's going to be good days as well. That's me trying to be positive. I'll see you later this month at some point.
Thank you for watching this. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure really what you've just seen. I can't really remember every little thing that I spoke about, and I don't know how it's going to come across. But thanks for sticking with me until the end. Give me a thumbs up. Am I right, ladies? Please subscribe if you want to follow this weird journey that I seem to be on. If you like mental health content, subscribe to my channel. It's not the only thing that I do, but I do a lot of it. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.